All right, Roz. Philonise Floyd is on hold right now. We've been waiting a long time to talk to him.
Yeah, the verdict came down in the Chauvin trial yesterday. We know Joe Biden was one of the first people to call Philonise Floyd. To call Philonise Floyd and speak with the family. There's so much to get to. It is a time of celebration. You do see people celebrating,
hmm
but also, what happens now?
Philonise Floyd, welcome to the Roz Mocha Show. How are you feeling today, man?
Oh, I'm feeling great right now. These police officers, they are held accountable, and my brother, I feel like my brother didn't die in vain. He just helped so many different people across this nation. When they say that this is the land of the free, people actually feel that way now because justice for George means freedom for all.
Do you feel now, after the verdicts came down yesterday, that you are finally given an opportunity to properly grieve?
You know, it'll never have that opportunity to properly grieve. Um, I I grieve constantly, all the time. I just tear up, and I just think about my brother so much. But this is something that I guess God has put on me to be a fighter. My brother always told me, never give up, never give up. And the day that he was out there trapped up under Chauvin's knee for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, that was the first time that I seen him give up. And that was devastating to just watch my brother die, being tortured to death.
I know yesterday, we were all hoping for the outcome that happened. But at any point yesterday, or even leading up to yesterday, were you prepared, or had you prepared, or how do you even prepare for the verdict to go the other way?
You know, you'd never be able to prep for anything. Before I even went into the courtroom, I was pacing back and forth. And Attorney Crump and my wife, they were both telling me the same thing. Do what you have to do to be comfortable. And pacing back and forth was something that I had to do. But when I had to go into the courtroom, I prayed for 30 minutes, and it took the jury and the judge 30 minutes before they even came out. But as I prayed and I heard guilty, and I heard a couple of numbers, and I heard guilty again, and I heard a couple of more numbers, and I heard guilty. Oh man, I was excited because I felt that this is amazing, and everything that the protesters did all around this world, and they all went out and marched with George. And I feel that they can sleep comfortable and they can breathe today, knowing that their lives matter because George's life mattered too at that time.
There's still so much to be angry about, but did you feel yesterday that you were able to let some of that anger, which just weighs so heavily on you, were you able to let a little bit of that go?
Well, you can never be angry at a person for long. You always, when something happens at a time, you might be like, man, somebody has passed. But as time goes, you learn to adjust, and you learn to forgive. But my brother, he's doing his time in the ground. So I wanted Derek Chauvin to be able to do his time in a cell because mistakes, they can always be corrected. That's not a mistake. And he had to be held accountable. Justice we were seeking, but accountability was the key. The officers, they all are being held accountable all across America. And the George Floyd Policing Act, it has to be pushed and it has to be passed because it's so many people have their blood on their bill. You can go to Breonna Taylor with a no-knock warrant, blood. She was an innocent person killed in her own house. You can look at the no chokehold, Eric Garner and my brother, they both died and they're on their bill. You have to look at the qualified immunity. It needs to be ended. It's so much that people have to go through. And what it did for me has changed so much because I had started an institution called the Philonise and Floyd Institution for Social Change, and we're turning our pain into purpose.
Thank you for joining us on the Roz Mocha Show. One final thought from you, which is what now? What's next? Not just for you and your family, but what's next for all of us? What's next for the movement? What's next for moving forward?
We're going to continue to fight. Yesterday it was a celebration. It felt like we won a championship and we're bringing a W home. But now, starting today, we got to keep fighting because Dante Wright was killed 10 miles from here. And we need the police officers to be held accountable. And his family, his mom will not get the justice that she wants because justice is her son being able to come to the front door and smile and she'll be able to hug him and kiss him. But we will make sure these officers are held accountable, just like Chauvin and his convoy are going to be held accountable.
Philonise, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us on the Roz Mocha Show.
Thank you so much.